The mouse cursor hovered over the deleted items folder, my hand trembling as I clicked. I'd only come to check Mom's computer for the Wi-Fi password she'd changed again, but the subject line jumped out like a scream. Congratulations. Full academic scholarship award. Response required by March 15th. March 15th. Today was March 18th. My stomach dropped as I opened it, scanning the letter from Northwestern University. Full ride. All 4 years. Room, board, books, everything. Based on my essays, my grades, my interviews. My dreams made real. Deleted on March 12th. 6 days ago. What are you doing on my computer? Mom's voice cut through my shock. I turned slowly, the email still glowing on the screen behind me. You deleted my scholarship. She didn't even flinch. Didn't deny it. Just crossed her arms and lifted her chin the way she did when she'd already justified something to herself. Your sister needs to go first, she said simply. You can wait. Wait. My voice cracked. This was a full ride, Mom. Northwestern. They only give out 5 per year to the entire country. The deadline has passed, yes. Kiara's already struggling at community college. How do you think she'd feel watching her younger sister go to some fancy university? You're only 17, Serena. You can take a gap year. A gap year? I stared at her. And then what? This scholarship won't come back. This was my chance. Dad appeared in the doorway, already in his conflict avoidance stance. What's all the noise? Mom deleted my full-ride scholarship to Northwestern. The deadline passed 3 days ago. He glanced between us, then shrugged. That fucking shrug. The one that always meant he'd side with whoever wasn't crying. Family comes first, he said. Your sister's having a hard time. Kiara was always having a hard time. Failed out of her first college. Crashed 2 cars. Got fired from every job for not showing up. But she was the baby, the miracle child who'd come after 3 miscarriages. I was just the practice kid who'd had the audacity to succeed. This was my future, I said quietly. You'll have other chances, Mom said, already turning away. Kiara might not. She's fragile. Fragile. Code for enabled. Code for never facing consequences. Code for the daughter whose feelings mattered more than my dreams. I nodded slowly. Okay. Mom paused, suspicious at my easy acceptance. But I just walked past her to my room and quietly closed the door. She had no idea what I was about to do next. I sat on my bed, opened my laptop, and began typing. First, an email to Northwestern's admissions office. Then another. And another. I explained the situation, attached screenshots of the deleted email with its timestamp, begged for any kind of exception. While waiting for responses, I made a list. Every scholarship I'd ever won that had gone to family expenses. Every award check that had been cashed for groceries, while Kiara got new clothes. Every opportunity I'd been told to pass up because it might make Kiara feel bad. $3,000 from the Rotary Club essay contest. $2,500 from the science fair win. $5,000 from the Young Writers of America award. $1,500 from the volunteer service scholarship. All gone. All for the family. Which meant for Kiara's therapy, Kiara's car insurance after her accidents, Kiara's credit card bills. The email response came at midnight. I read it 3 times before it sank in. Dear Serena, we were deeply concerned to receive your message. While our standard deadline has passed, the scholarship committee would like to schedule an emergency video call tomorrow at 9 a.m. to discuss your situation. Please confirm your availability. I confirmed immediately, then stayed up all night preparing. Not just for the interview, but for what would come after. The call lasted an hour. I was honest about everything. The deleted email, my family situation, my desperate desire to attend Northwestern despite the obstacles. The committee asked for documentation. I sent them everything, including screenshots showing the email had been opened and deleted before I ever saw it. We'll be in touch within 24 hours, the committee chair said. Her face gave nothing away. I went to school like normal, sat through classes like normal, came home to find Mom and Kiara planning Kiara's 21st birthday party. We're thinking a big party, Mom said, not looking up from her Pinterest board. Maybe rent the country club. Kiara deserves something special after such a hard year. How much? I asked. Maybe $5,000? We have some saved. My scholarship money. I knew it without asking. Every dollar I'd earned, squirreled away for my future, had become Kiara's present. Sounds great, I said. Mom looked up then, studying me. I'd been too calm lately. Too accepting. She knew my patterns: fight, argue, eventually give in. This quiet compliance was new. "Are you feeling okay?" she asked. "Never better." That night, the email came. "The scholarship committee has voted unanimously to extend your deadline. You have 48 hours to accept. Additionally, given your circumstances, we're providing emergency housing for students who need immediate accommodation." I read it again. Emergency housing. They understood. They saw what this was. I accepted immediately. The next morning, I opened a new bank account at a different bank. Arranged for my part-time job checks to deposit there instead of the family account. Started quietly packing one drawer at a time. Things Mom wouldn't notice were missing. 2 weeks before graduation, Kiara had another crisis. Failed her remedial math class. Again. "She needs a tutor," Mom announced at dinner. "A really good one. Serena, you'll have time this summer before you start community college." "I'm not going to community college," I said, cutting my chicken. The table went silent. "What do you mean?" Dad asked. "I'm going to Northwestern. Full ride. I leave in August." "But," Mom sputtered. "The deadline passed." You saw the email you deleted." "Yes. They gave me an extension after I explained someone had sabotaged my application." "Sabotaged?" Mom's face went red. "How dare you? What would you call it?" "You stole my future to protect Kiara's feelings." "That's sabotage. Everything we do is for this family." Dad slammed his hand on the table. "You ungrateful." "No," I interrupted. "Everything you do is for Kiara. I'm just the backup fund. The scholarship winner whose money goes to her failures. The straight-A student who should hide her success so she doesn't feel bad." Kiara started crying. Of course she did. It was her superpower. Tears that turned every conversation about my achievements into comfort for her inadequacy. "Look what you're doing to your sister," Mom hissed. "I'm not doing anything to her. I'm going to college. That's all. With what money? We can't afford. Full ride means full ride. Tuition, room, board, books. I don't need your money. I never did. You just took mine." I pulled out my phone, showing them my spreadsheet. $12,000 in scholarships over 3 years. All deposited into the family account. All gone. That was my money. My work. My future. That money supported this family. Dad roared. "That money supported Kiara," I corrected. "Her therapy, her cars, her credit cards, her parties. I have the receipts." "How dare you keep track like that?" Mom said. "Family doesn't keep score." "You're right. Family doesn't. Which is why I'm done pretending we are one." The silence that followed was deafening. Kiara's tears had stopped, replaced by the shocked realization that her personal ATM was closing. "If you leave," Dad said quietly, "don't come back." I wasn't planning to. I graduated as valedictorian. My parents didn't come. Kiara posted on Instagram about how some people thought they were better than everyone else. I didn't care. My English teacher and her wife sat in the parent section, cheering when I gave my speech about overcoming obstacles and choosing your own family. Northwestern sent a car for me in August. I'd told them I had no one to drive me. They'd understood that too. As I loaded my 2 suitcases, everything I owned that mattered, Mom appeared on the porch. "You're really doing this," she said. "I really am. What about Kiara? What about her? She's 21. Maybe it's time she figured out her own life instead of eating mine." "She's your sister." "No," I said, closing the trunk. "She's your daughter. I'm just someone who lived here for 18 years. That's not true. We love you both. You love what I could provide. Scholarships. Achievements. Money. You love that I was quiet and responsible and never needed anything, so you could pour everything into her. But you don't love me. If you did, you wouldn't have tried to steal my future." The driver started the engine. It was time. "Serena, wait." "I waited 18 years, I said, getting in the car. "I'm done waiting." As we pulled away, I saw Kiara join Mom on the porch. They stood there, united in their confusion, unable to understand how their meal ticket had grown legs and walked away. I didn't look back. I had 4 years of education ahead of me, fully paid for by my own merit. For years to become who I was meant to be without shrinking myself to make room for Kiara's endless needs. The acceptance letter was framed in my dorm room, right above my desk. A reminder that sometimes the best family decision is choosing yourself. That sometimes love means letting go of people who would delete your dreams to avoid difficult conversations. That sometimes the deadline that matters most is the one you set for yourself. The moment you decide you're worth more than being someone else's sacrifice. Mom never apologized. Neither did Dad. Kiara sent a few texts asking for homework help, then money, then angry messages about selfishness when I didn't respond. I changed my number. 4 years later, I graduated summa cum laude with job offers from 3 Fortune 500 companies. I sent my parents a graduation announcement. They didn't come to that one either. But my chosen family did. The professors who'd mentored me. The roommate who'd held me during homesick nights. The friends who celebrated every achievement instead of resenting it. As I walked across that stage, I thought about the girl who'd found her deleted scholarship in a trash folder. Who'd been told to wait, to shrink, to sacrifice. She didn't wait. She didn't shrink. She didn't sacrifice. She soared. And somewhere in a house I no longer called home, a 25-year-old woman was still waiting for her life to begin, still crying for rescue, still expecting the world to bend to her tears. While I was busy building the life they'd tried to delete. Turns out, the best response to being erased is to become too bright to ignore, too successful to deny, too happy to need their approval. They thought they were protecting Kiara by dimming my light. All they did was teach me to shine somewhere else.